President Donald Trump is set to hold a rally in Green Bay next Wednesday. This is the latest visit to Wisconsin by the presidential nominee, as both campaigns continue to target a small number of swing states, including Wisconsin, in hopes to claim victory in the November election. Trump's newest rally will be held at the Resch Center, with doors opening about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He's expected to speak about 6 o'clock that night. His pick for vice president, Senator J.D. Vance, will also campaign in Racine this coming Monday. Meanwhile,